YouTube. What's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. In today's live, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to reflect. I think we need to talk about reflecting. That's going to keep me accountable. That's going to keep you accountable to grow and get better at your fantasy football leagues. So, guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said. All right, let's see here. Okay. So the first player that I want to talk about, and we just reflecting from the previous week, which was yesterday. Let me bring up my notes. All right. All right. So the first player I want to talk about is Audric Estimé. What's going on, Nifty? Yes, Audric Estimé. Now listen, I told a lot of you to play Audric Estimé. So first of all, I want to take accountability. I was wrong. But I still think it was a great move. So I'm not talking out both sides of my mouth. I'm actually telling you how I process fantasy. I don't process fantasy to be 100% on starts and sits. I process it to lose with my studs or go down with the ship. So in this instance, it was going down with the ship. If you bench Javonte Williams and you put in Audric Estimate to get 15 carries the next week, as me being a zero RB guy, I'm picking that up and I'm gonna play it and see what that is. Now I would never trust Sean Payton this year. Now next year is different, but I'm not trusting him this year because he don't care about fantasy. He would tell us anything. I thought he did it on purpose. He could have said, "Hey, listen, well, Audric's, he's moving, trending up, so we just want to get him some carries." No, he said that Audric was gonna be getting the workload. So don't listen to that. So Audrey estimate, guys, you can't play him going forward, no matter what. Now listen, do not drop him. Don't drop him. That's how fantasy works. A lot of people gonna drop Audrey estimate today. If they do, you pick him up. Javonte Williams could get hurt, knock on wood, or he could just not play good and they put Audric in there. And you never know when you might need the guy on a bye week start. So I like Audric estimate. Also, guys, talking about the game, let's talk about the Denver Broncos because we're reflecting. And guys, anything y'all have, you want to comment on the game or a player or tell me, say, Tita, you told me to play this guy, that guy was wrong. We here to do that. So Bo Nix, and I talked about Bo Nix in the beginning of the season. I thought he could be a top five quarterback. He still can be a top five quarterback, but I didn't think he was going to be a top five quarterback running the ball. This guy's going to be a top five quarterback with his dual threat ability, not with his arm. I thought he would throw for a lot more yards. I thought Cortland Sutton, Troy Franklin would be better, but they're not winning that way. They winning through Bo Nix controlling the game and just running the ball and throwing it to anybody. So Bo Nix is the guy that you trust on this team. You can't trust anybody else. If you want to play Javante on a week because you don't got nobody else, that's okay. That's okay. But far as playing and Cortland Sutton, you can play Cortland Sutton too. But far as playing Troy Franklin or Adam Troutman or anybody like that, I'm not trusting it. So that's my 2 cents on the Denver Broncos team. I think Bo Nix is the only guy I feel safe about with playing. Let me see. It was something else that I wanted to talk about. Let me see here. Sorry, guys, gotta find it. Okay, there we go. The Falcons also thought the Falcons defense was a little bit better. I thought the Falcons defense, they are garbage. I'm starting everybody against the Atlanta Falcons. Yes, sir. Let me see. We got Harambe in here. What's up, Harambe? What's up, Big Will? What's up, bro? We got Ultra Gaming in the building. Harambe says Bo Nix is a bona fide QB1. You think he's bona fide, bro? You think he's like that? He could be bona fide. Rami says, double tap the screen, hit the like, folks. Father of three, what's up, bro? He said, didn't listen to you about J-Mo and started Waddle. Bro, that's all good. I understand. I'm not gonna sit here and claim my fame to be right when I always tell y'all it's y'all choice. I'm gonna let the results speak for it. I'm not gonna chastise you in that way because Father Three, I know you you know fantasy football. So it's not about listening to the guy that's giving you advice. I'm giving you advice. You don't have to take it. That's what doctors do. I'm gonna give you advice. If you want to get the surgery, it's up to you. I'm not gonna make you do anything. I'm not gonna tell you crazy for anything like that, unless you start doing this. That's when I'm gonna chastise you. So you says he started Waddle. I don't think it's too much wrong with that. I think Waddle's gonna kind of be like Christian Watson. He's gonna have a boom game. You might not be able to get it into your lineups. That's just my 2 cents about that. He says, lost my matchup as a result, but that's fantasy. Man up, move on, week 12, let's go. I love that. I love that breakdown, bro. That's what fantasy is about. You made your call, it didn't hit, move on. You went down with your ship. I don't think Water was a dumb play. You just went with Water, and I understand why you went with it. I played Water in a lot of leagues. I won't, guys. I'm going to show you some of my leagues. I just don't like to make bad content where people not going to watch. People don't care nothing about my league, so I want to come in here and give y'all my 2 cents about starts and sits or whatever we need for fantasy. But I played a lot of people that people thought was bad plays. I played Audric Estimé and a lot of leagues. I played Waddle and a lot of leagues, and I played some of these other guys that I'm going to talk about. Okay, Rami thinks Bo Nix is a bona fide quarterback. Okay. Eric says, threw A Rich in the lineup yesterday. Yes, sir. Good job, bro. His future is very bright in Denver with Sean Payton. He's a fantasy gold mine with rushing upside. I agree with that. I agree with that. I don't think he's the talent that Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow or Lamar is, but when you say bona fide, I'm like, oh, okay, you think he's going to be leaked like that? But he could be. I'm not going to sit here and shortchange him. All right, let's move on to my next guy. The next guy I want to talk about, he didn't play this last week, but I got to mention him, is Daniel Jones. Now, listen, guys, I've started Daniel Jones in a lot of leagues, and I've been winning. I didn't need him to be spectacular. I just need him to be okay. And some weeks he was okay. He was top 12, and a lot of weeks he was kind of garbage, but it still gave me some points. My team is built where one player is not going to hurt me, and I play in leagues where one player is not going to hurt me. I'm understanding that a lot of you playing like only 6 starting guys lineups where I play in like 11. And so one bad player is not going to hurt me. So I have to kind of ask y'all how many players are starting in your on your lineups. Because if you only got 5, then you have to be concise. You can't kind of just put a guy in and hope for the best. But yeah, Daniel Jones, guys, has got bench. They going to the what's the guy from Denver? Drew Lock. Oh, I'm sorry, Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito is the starter. Yes, Tommy DeVito is the starter now for the New York Giants. So what I want to say is I think you still got to start Tyrone Tracy. I think you still have to start Malik Neighbors. You still got to start those guys. If they put Tommy DeVito in there, if you want to wait 1 week and see what Tommy going to do, that's fine. But sometimes you wait a week, you're not going to ever get the boom. The boom might be the first week. Usually quarterbacks and offensive players get the boom the first week. When everybody catch up with them, they usually digress. So I'm okay. I'm going to start Tyrone Tracy for the rest of the season. I'm going to start Malik Neighbors for the rest of the season. That's just me. So that's what I want to say about Daniel Jones. It's over for him in New York. It's good for that they moving on, just like Sam Darnold needed to move on from the Jets. Okay, so let's move on. The next guy I want to talk about is going to be Christian Watson. Christian Watson. So this is what we learned from this. This is what we want to talk. We want to see what are we learning from fantasy. I've been playing Christian Watson almost every week in majority of leagues. It was a couple of leagues that I did sit him in. But guys, this is how fantasy works. You want to me, I think in order to get boom, sometimes you have to leave a spot open and let players play even when it doesn't seem like a good start. And that's what I do a lot in my leagues. I leave room for guys like Christian Watson. Even I would even say DK Metcalf, even if even though he's a tier above or a couple tiers above Christian Watson. But you still got to leave room for him because you can always find a reason to sit DK because he's so volatile. So volatile players are humans too. They people too. So you have to kind of leave room and let them play them and say, I don't care what happens. I played Anthony Richardson in a lot of leagues. I was willing to go down with the ship. You gotta leave. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna play him, man. I think I like his upside. Yeah, you didn't have to play Anthony Richardson, but I thought uh, Anthony Richardson was a cutting edge move. I thought it was the right move with knowing that he got benched and he's coming back and he's got the starting job for the rest of the year, knowing what he did as a rookie. He don't have to be great at throwing the ball. He just got to take off and run the ball and do what he does, right? And he's going to be fine in fantasy. So yeah, guys, going to Christian Watson. Only way you're gonna get him in your lineup, you got to leave room for him. You never gonna be able to look at two players and say Christian Watson is the better play. You're never gonna be able to do that. All right, so let's move on, guys. Let's move on to Taysom Hill. Now listen, Taysom Hill went off. I had him in every league that I had him in. I played him. The reason why, if I hit a tight end in front of Taysom Hill, I'm probably gonna either start him at a flex if I like him that much, or I'm gonna trade him because I'm not gonna. I know what Taysom Hill is, especially on this team when you got Rashid Shaheed out for the season. Derek Carr is volatile. A lot of wide receivers then got hurt. You gotta have find something to get your offense going, and Taysom Hill is the perfect guy for that. So I played him in all my leagues, and I told y'all to play him. The only way, if you sit around and say, well, should I play Taysom Hill or Will Disley? You always gonna go to Will Disley because Will Disley is getting more targets than Taysom. He's safer than Taysom, but Taysom Hill is the best play for the upside. And I say, even if you only starting six guys, one of those spots you have to leave it open to play a volatile guy. So if you got a quarterback and two running backs, two wide receivers, a tight end and a flex, so that's like seven. You have to leave one of that flex spot open for somebody who can boom. If you put safe guys into flex, I don't think your team is deadly. I don't think your team can win as much. I don't think your team has the upside to win a championship because you're too safe. So that's my 2 cents on what happened with Taysom Hill, Christian Watson. Those guys are just guys that you got to plug and play and go down with the ship. You got to like the player themselves. A lot of going back, I don't want to bring up old and dead stinker stuff, but a lot of guys talk about what TD don't know. He can't do stats. He don't know statistics. He can't do the algorithms. Well, what algorithm told you, the guy that said that, I want to know what algorithm told you to play um AR 15? What algorithm? Right now? I want numbers. I want to do. Am I geeky enough for the geek club? Who told you to play Taysom Hill? What numbers? I'm looking in the chat right now. What numbers is going to tell me to play Taysom Hill? Please, I'm saying it genuinely. I'm looking in the chat right now. I don't see it because there's not no stats that's going to tell you that. So I'm not telling you, hey guys, I watch a lot of YouTube fantasy football channels. I don't copy them, not at all. I'm not TD. I'm not copying nobody. I beat to my own drum. But I listen. I'm like, oh, you know what that is, right? You said he's averaging most yards per target. Yeah, it goes with that. Okay, he's a deep threat. This team is weak against deep balls. I'm going to play him today. It's going to help. What I already I'm on is going to help it. But I'm not going to sit here and sit a guy. You know what? It says the Laporter gets about 5 targets a game. Taysom Hill only gets 2. I'm playing Laporter. That's what analytics can do to you. It's not all. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but just don't go with analytics. Use it to go with something that you watching with your own eyes. Oh, you know what? I like this play. He's a good player. Okay, but it says this. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna make that play because I like everything that was being said and being told to me. That's how you got to break down fantasy football when it comes to these players. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go on to Ricky Pearsall. So I know I told some of you to play Ricky Pearsall according to you what players you was talking about. Guys, you're not gonna be able to play Ricky Pearsall unless you go on a bye week. They don't really need him. I do think he's a good value on this team, but he got 0 points, and you can't play anybody with 0 points. I'm not doing that. They at least I wanted to see him get a couple targets. At least Audric Estimé got a couple carries. Jawan Jennings is the guy. He's a must start top 12 guy. I told a lot of you I didn't want y'all to sit a lot of these guys that y'all was telling me, hey, should I play Jawan Jennings or this player? And I was telling, listen, you got to play Jawan Jennings. If you got to get him in, you saw it. He got the Brandon Ayuk role where he's getting 8 to 10 targets a game, and he's a different wide receiver than Brandon Ayuk. He's a tough stud. He's powerful. He's a great blocker. He just wins a different way. He's more of strength. He wins with strength, not route running and anticipation. He's not a phone booth guy. So that's my 2 cents. Guys, let's get the likes up. We got 76 people in the chat and we only got 10 likes. Let's get the likes up. All right, let's move on to another play. The next play I want to talk about is going to be JSC and Jackson Smith and Jigba. So I told they're going to trade DK probably in the offseason, and JSN got more targets than DK. And I've been watching the Seattle Seahawks for the last 4 weeks, and I knew this was coming. Now, I'm not telling you DK is a sit, but JSN to me is the number one wide receiver on this team. He's the best play for me in fantasy. DK is too volatile. Now, DK gonna have some boom games, and I'm gonna play him. But I like JSN as a safe underneath guy who's gonna get 10 targets. They cannot put that back in the box. So if your trade deadline is still open, I've told people I made trade videos for the last 2 or 3 weeks. If your trade deadline is still open, you need to go get JSN. So that's how I feel about JSN. I don't think Seattle's that good of a team. I think it was a fluke for them to beat San Francisco. Now listen, calling something a fluke is kind of disrespectful in the NFL because these teams they prepare too. They got great talent too. But I just thought San Francisco was a better team. So yeah, guys, JSN, good player. He's a top 24 starting wide receiver in my mind, and I'm starting him almost in all my leagues. I don't have a lot of them, but I think I got him in best ball. Okay, we got some trolls. Thank you guys. Thank you, Arambi. Appreciate that. The next guy I want to talk about is going to be Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill. Now, I got Tyreek Hill in probably 70% of my leagues, but the reason why I got him is because I didn't trade him. I didn't waiver, and the reason why I know what he is. That type of nuclear energy. I hold on to it if I got to. If I get radiation sickness, I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? I'm just using a metaphor. If I go down with the ship and Tyreek doesn't play and he gets the surgery, I was okay with that. But I wasn't going to give up on that. And I want to teach y'all from this situation, don't give up on your players. That's what I want to say about the Tyreek Hill situation. You could have easily gave up on him. And listen, he could go out next week and give you 10 points. But at this point in time, with the type of targets that he's getting on the team that he's on, I feel good with Tyreek better than probably 80% of the rest of the players. Now, listen, if I could cherry pick, would I rather have a CMC or something like that? Yeah, right now I would, but right now I don't. And so I'm going to play Tyreek Hill because I know he can always explode, even if he got a hurt wrist, even if Tua is not all the way back right. And we actually got a good game this week. So be patient. That's what all I'm saying. Be patient with fantasy. Now listen, if you want to get off of him, you don't gotta just because you get off him don't mean it's a bad move. But if you sit around, well, I wish I'd have had Tyreek, I would have won. That type of thinking, sometimes you can move on. Some people traded Tyreek, they don't need Tyreek. They're gonna win a championship without Tyreek. But some of you had Tyreek, and that probably is gonna put you over the hump, and now you traded him, and you got a bunch of guys like Cedric Tillman, Calvin Ridley, and your team is not the same. You don't feel great about your team now. All right, and let me talk about those couple of guys too, because I told a lot of people to pay Cedric Tillman. Guys, when it comes to the Browns, I don't I don't trust any of them. So every week is going to be probably a different guy that booms. It was Jerry Judy last week. It could be Cedric Tillman this week. Next week it could be Elijah Moore. It could be David and Joku. The only guy that I really trust is David and Joku. You know, I told a lot of you to play David and Joku too. All right. Yes, I see you, D Lion. Yes, sir. All right. So let's get through some of these questions. Let's see here. Eric, what's up, Eric? Eric says need 17 points from Nico. How are we feeling? I feel great. I feel great. Hey, listen, it's not 30 points. So if Nico man scoring from 10 to 20 points, you got to assume it's going to happen. Bro, this is what fantasy is about. Hey, Eric, I don't want to be a naysayer, but it could not happen. But if it don't happen, it's not your fault. This you put Nico Collins in your lineup to give you 17 points. So this is how fantasy is. When it comes down to the last Monday night game, if you all got one player to go and he's a stud, and you losing less than 20 points, what else can you ask for? This Nico can easily go for 25, 22, 18, 19, and win you the week. So I think you should be feeling great. And guess what, brother? I don't want to be disingenuous, but even if it don't happen, I still think you should feel great because this is the situation you should be in. Now, if you losing by 50 or 60, maybe I would like to be a little bit closer. But if you hit win against a Jamar Chase from last week and they score 55, sometimes that happens. So I think you in a perfect situation, man. I think you should feel good about winning this week. Ed Tay, what's up, bruh? RG in the building. Eric says threw A Rich in my lineup yesterday. Good job. Uh, Big Silver says, will neighbors be better or worse with DeVito? I don't know, but I would guess, and I would say maybe worse. I don't know. I don't know, man. Daniel Jones, that last game, I'm glad I wanted them bitch. And I should have did a reflection. I should have been doing this all year, but now I know I'm kind of learning what y'all need every week from me and with my style. I don't want to copy nobody else and do it. But I still think it's a good move to get off of Daniel Jones right now and move on to DeVito. And Malik Neighbors with his separation ability, maybe it'll get better. I'm still playing Malik. I think you still should start Malik if that's what you're asking. Harami says Tommy Cutlets. I guess that's his nickname. Harami got a nickname for everybody. Um, Unanimous says he got better over the years. Watson, he did. He was great as a rookie, though. He was great as a rookie. Bean says, yeah, but the Steelers beat the Ravens. Let's go. They did. The Ravens did win. I mean, the Steelers did beat the Ravens. Yes, the Steelers won. Big Real says, Amara boom for me. The way the Jaguars were getting crushed, I didn't think Detroit would keep pushing the gas pedal. I know, man. Dan Campbell don't play, bro. Dan Campbell don't play. Ian Taylor says, hey, Titty, you think Deontay Johnson of the Ravens is a drop? Yes. I said he was a drop a couple weeks ago. You can't play nobody on this offense except for Zay and Derrick Henry and Lamar. Them the only people you can play on this offense. The rest of them are volatile. Big Will says, get the trolls out, bruh. Right. And Big Will, you can get them out of here too. You can delete the messages. Um Chief Queef says you a big fan of Paul tight end for the Vikings. No, I don't know. I don't know who he is. Um so Justin says he put off the biggest fleece of the year with Neighbors for JJ straight up. You got JJ straight up? You gave away Neighbors and got JJ? Yeah, you fleeced. I'm 7-3. The guy is 2-8, and I have Chase and Cup already. Woo! Yeah, great job, Justin. Barkler, what's up, bro? Barkler Game says, do you think Tank Dale booms tonight? I think he has a possibility to. I think he has a possibility. I'm starting him. You got to leave room for players like this. You probably got a bunch of players on your team where well, he's better. Should I sit Tank Dell? I'm never sitting Tank Dell with Nico and when Nico was out. Like you got to play that, especially with Stephon Diggs. With Stephon Diggs, yes, you could. You don't. We don't know who's going to eat. Now that Stephon Diggs is gone, you have to play Tank Dell every week if you want to win in fantasy. Consolidate or do something. Don't have fruit salad teams where you got a bunch of guys and you got to figure out which one you're gonna eat. To me, I like my fruit salad. I get it. I'm gonna eat everything out of there. I don't want to be to store a bunch of stuff in there and then start cherry picking it. It's not gonna ever work out that way. I know this might be a bad comparison, but I think you need to make room for guys like Tank Dell on your team. D-Line, yeah, he said, "What's popping, TD? What's up, bruh? We got Teldrick in the building. Teldrick says, my Vikings play the Bears Sunday. I'm thinking about taking Hawkinson. My Vikings play the Bears Sunday. What do you mean by taking Hawkinson? Hawkinson plays on the Minnesota Vikings. My Vikings play the Bears Sunday. I'm thinking about taking Hawkinson. You mean playing Hawkinson? I think he's a good play, man. He's getting targeted. He's getting targeted underneath, especially with those weapons around him. I think he's a good play if that's what you mean, bro. Hustle King says drop Cedric Tillman because of the schedule, thinking about picking up J Mo and quitting J. I like J Mo. He's volatile. Um, and I like Quentin J, but I would say I like J Mo a little bit better than Quentin J. I still think Cedric Tillman is going to be good. But if you're making a decision to move on, there's nothing wrong with that. You can't wait on everybody. You can't date every girl. But I think Cedric Tillman is going to have his games too. It just wasn't last week. D-Line says, I traded for Hill 2 weeks ago. Buy low. Great job. Great job, bro. Harami says, Pastor James seems to be good for fantasy. He is. That's what he does, man. Rainy Angel says, I knew MVS would boom again. The Saints have no receivers. Right. You said that, bro. I think you talked about MVS. That's volatile, but he got a game trend now. He has a game trend, so he's on a different level now. I have to respect him a little bit more. Like I said, I'm not on everybody, man. I can't. Usually, I'm on cutting edge guys like this, but MVS, his career has been very volatile. But he's playing good for the Saints, man. The Saints needs that deep wide receiver. It seems like Derek Carr, man, is great with wide receivers who run a lot of nine routes. Rashid Shaheed was killing it. That's supposed to be Rashid Shaheed position, and now MVS is killing it. Facts, bro. I got to give you credit, Rainey. I'm thinking you the one asked me about MVS, and I was like, bro, I can't play MVS, and I still feel that way. But I'm not gonna disrespect him. He's had two good, really good games. D Lion says same league that I traded for Nico in because people don't want injured or low people, right? So I would gladly carry Jamar, Nico, and Hill going into the fourth quarter. Shh, hush your mouth, bro. Kenny says I tried to tell everyone about Disley. The big creators laughed at me. Right. Right. And bruh, sometimes I gotta admit, I probably wasn't on no Will Disley. Bro, it's hard for us to be on everybody. Y'all guys, that's why I tell y'all the power is yours. And I get that from Captain Planet back in the day. And what that meant. Now that I'm older, I understand what that meant. What he was saying is, yeah, y'all can see me. I got the superpower, but once y'all come together, I don't know. I can't do everything by myself. I can't make all the great cutting edge content and moves by myself. That's why, guys, I learn from y'all every time I go live. When y'all say, "Hey, TD, I saw this happened. Hey, make this bet." Trust me, I'm not. I see it. I'm learning. I don't know everything. And Will Disley, bro, he's so low on the tight end pole, bro. It's hard to get to. So you got to give us a little grace. Even other content creators, give them a little grace, man. They got to worry about the top 24 guys that's regularly in their face to go find these sleepers like Will Disley, which he was decent. He was getting some run. It's just hard to do that. I just want to let you know that, especially at the tight end position. But great call, Kenny. Kenny says, "Hey, Rami and TD, still waiting to come on that show, bro. But I still want to get on your show." Chris says, "I traded Puka for Myers. I liked his matchup more rest of the year than Myers." I traded Puka for Myers. I liked his matchups more rest of the year rather than Myers. Well, that don't make sense. Bro. So you traded for Myers or you traded for Puka? I don't understand what you mean, Chris. Let me look at the bottom of the comments. Um, so I think Puka is the best player. If you went to Myers, bro, I think that's a bad move. But if you talking about you got Puka and you gave up Myers, that's a great trade. That's an A plus. You killed it. Oh, okay. You said I meant I traded for Puka. Okay, good, great job, bro. You killed it. Thank you for clearing it up and doing it quickly. Charlene, what's going on, girl? Let me see what you got for me today. She says, "Go down with your own ship and not someone else's ship. Fact. Life is about lessons, good or bad. Learn from them and move on. You're not measured by your success, but your failures." That's true. That's facts. A lot. Right. Go down with your own ship. Facts. But also you gotta respect people platforms in their house. So when I go to work, my boss is my boss. So I have to respect him, even if I disagree. So I'm not gonna go inside of a meeting and say, "Hey, I don't agree with you. It's just my opinion." I'm not gonna do that. The reason why, because he has to lead 15 or 20 guys, and if I go ahead and start second guessing him in front of everybody, he's gonna address me accordingly. So if I go and hit him up and I say, "Hey man, I want to talk to you face to face," I was like, "Hey, I didn't like this." It might be different. He's like, "Hey man, yeah, I like that." But if you go and try to call him up in front of a bunch of different men and women, well, you're gonna get that back because a lot of people try to want to tell you off in front of people to try to make you look bad, and I don't agree with that. And I'm not gonna say that's just people opinions. I don't play that game. That's a lot of gaslighting and a lot of fruit salad. Be accountable. Respect. You gotta respect my platform. You got to respect my platform. I'm not going to allow people to come in my chat and disrespect me in front of people. And these people got to super chat me. You think they're going to super chat me? And this dude is sitting around saying, "You can't do analytics." And I'm just supposed to take that and ignore that and keep moving. No, I have to command that. So I shouldn't let it get me off me delivering my fantasy football content, but I have to address it. And it's real. It's real. It's authentic. I don't gotta cuss them. I just say, "Listen, man, don't come here with that. This is what I'm doing. I respect your opinion and keep it moving. And if you come back at it, I'm gonna get you out of there. I'm not gonna let people disrespect me in front of people who's trying to super chat me and get my advice." Yeah, Adam, real quick, I'm gonna skip the line on this one because this is a great comment. Every now and then I skip and go to, and Adam, he comes and he super chatted me before. But Adam says, "Yes, I'm always open minded. Facts. I am. I don't, but I'm not gonna let people disrespect me and people to try to criticize me and say that I don't respect other people's opinions is totally gaslighting me because if you ain't super chatting, what? Come on now, like people got to go and spend money with me. You can't go inside of a restaurant and talk about, "Oh, this food is nasty." They're gonna say, "Listen, either you eat or you leave. I'm not gonna take you saying my food is nasty," and they're gonna kick you out. They don't care how much money because they can't be selling food and people saying it's nasty. Come on now, you can say it from the outside, but you're not gonna come inside that restaurant and say it. But anyway, um, but yeah, I just want to say that, Charlene. I respect you. I love you. You've been supporting me for a long time. You're very, very intelligent when it comes to fantasy. But I just can't let people disrespect me on my live. I got to address it and keep moving. Okay. Teldrick says CJ Stroud 270 and 3 TDs. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. The Dallas Cowboys, we ready to go on vacation. Michael Parsons is already talking about what girls he going on a date with. Kenny says I need that Houston defense to be stout tonight. It should be with Cooper Rush, the quarterback. Oh, that deep, you got to play that. Hey, they got a good defense. I'm playing that defense in some matchups for the rest of the season. Houston got some great matchups that I want to play in the fantasy football playoffs also. Chris says it's a long shot, but I can get 30 from Mixon. Right. Right. Yeah. It's not a long shot for the 17 points. It's not a long shot. I think you can do it. You need 30 from Mixon. You can get it. These are facts. Says, what you mean go down with the ship? I play in money leagues. I'm trying to win weekly. I'm trying to see how I'm going to put this because this is a great question. Go down with the ship means what players did you pick? Who did you draft? Me, the way I pick my team, and I'm not saying you like this, these are facts. You don't have to be like this. When I pick Tyreek Hill, Amara, because these are staples of 90% of my teams. I say 100% of my teams. I either got Tyreek Hill, Amara, Saquon Barkley, Lamar Jackson, Christian Watson, Isaiah Likely. These are 6 guys and a couple more guys, Rashid Shaheed, that I've drafted on almost all my teams. And I'm not going to get off these guys because they got 1 or 2 bad games. And I'm watching the game and I see them playing well. That's what I mean. So do what you got to do to win money, bro. I would never tell you, oh, well, I don't care. I'm just going to lose because I'm going down with the ship. That's not what I'm saying. Going down with the ship means like, hey, I keep waking up in the morning to dig this ditch to try to see if I can find gold or find wreckage. And people are saying, "Oh, you crazy? Ain't no ship went down in this water. Ain't nothing. Ain't no gold here." I'm gonna keep digging because I'm going down with the ship. So I'm gonna dig till my hands fall off, or I'm gonna find something. That's what I mean. So that's all I'm trying to say, bro. Go play your studs, trust your process, trust the guys that you drafted, and if you have to make a move and get off a guy, go down with that ship. Every decision that you do is a ship. That's all. That's a metaphorically speaking. Every time you make a decision, you stay with it. Even if you made a mistake, I made mistakes all the time, but I'm not. I go down with it. Hey, TD, did you tell me to play Audric Estimé? Yes, I did. That's my bad. But I would tell you that again. Not saying that I wasn't wrong, but I saw the process. I'm very deep into the process before the game start. Not saying that's gonna hit every single time. That's all I'm saying, bro. Some people get offended by that when I say go down with the ship. A couple guys come in. Hey, what do you mean? You can't do analytics, all this and that. Let's see. Kenny 49 is probably about the same with DeVito. That's why I say mm, same, maybe a little less. I'm still playing Malik Neighbors though. Hustle King says, "Do you like the tight end from the Charger? He was clutch yesterday." Yes, man. If you want to pick him up and stream him, um, I just got too many good time. I got Trey McBride, and I don't want to be this ingenuous to y'all, but I got Trey McBride, I got Kyle Pitts, I got David Njoku, and 100% of my leagues, those are my tight ends. I think I might even took Laporta in one league, just for the tight end premium. But if you want to stream a tight end, bro, hey, go ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. Will Disley look good. I don't know if he's gonna get that same volume every week, but who am I to say that he's not a good streamer? I think he's a fine streamer. I just don't like to go to the bottom of the barrel sometimes. Sometimes there's some good players at the bottom of the barrel. I don't like to do it, not at the tight end spot. I do running backs, I take any running back. Tegra says I'm bitching Joe Mixon. That's cutting edge, man. I got Joe Mixon on the team. Please don't ask me how he got on my team because I don't know. Somebody asked me to take over an orphan team. But I play him because he's been top 5 majority of the this year. But yeah, man, why you benching Joe Mixon? Why you benching him? You don't think he's gonna play good against the Dallas Cowboys? Excuse me, the Dallas Cowboys? Charlene says I started JSN and benched London. Good job. Good job. And I know how you feel about London. I know you like London a lot, but I know also he was playing against well, Patrick Surtain wasn't on him like that. But good job. Good job. JSN was a good start. Kenny says 10 targets, 7 catches, but maybe no TD. Got you. Got you. Tron says, would you trade either JSN, D Hop, or Mooney injured hamstring for Chase Brown, Tyrone Tracy, or Jonathan Taylor? Hell yeah. I would trade Mooney or D Hop to get Tyrone Tracy and Chase Brown. So I would try to do a 1-for-2 move, but you need to try to get Tyrone Tracy and Chase Brown. I would try to keep JSN, but D Hop and Mooney could be traded, depending on who you want to trade. Jonathan Taylor ain't a must add, but I think he's okay. My other wide receivers are Cup, Tyreek, McLaurin. Yeah, you don't need him. My running backs are Barkley, Monty, and Mostert. Yeah, you need another running back. And I would go for Tyrone Tracy or Chase Brown. Preferably, probably Chase Brown because I feel safe where this offense is always going to be scoring a lot of points. So that's going to help Chase Brown. Kenny says Disley, great matchups going forward. Okay. Tedra says Dan Campbell is diabolical. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Paola says, you still think I made a mistake trading Lamar? Yes, I do. I do. I know it was just one game with Steelers, bruh, but I just want Lamar on my team. That's all I can tell you. I'm not gonna try to, bro. I don't got no stats for you, nothing to tell you. You got to understand my way of coming up playing football. It's not that, I went to math class. I scored really. As a fourth grader, I was a top. As it was 7 kids that made over a 93. I was one of those kids in North Carolina. So I just want to say that, not trying to this is what I can do. But when I watch football, bruh, it's like singing. You don't sing looking at the paper. Oh, my name is. No, you sing with your heart and your spirit. When I'm watching football, I'm watching with my heart and my spirit because I played the game. I love the craft of it. I'm gonna get open. I'm gonna break you down. I'm gonna tackle you. I'm gonna form tackle you. I'm gonna give you a move and get it off the tackle. Like I like the game that way. And so when I watch Lamar play, man, I'm like, I can't tackle that dude. I'm talking about in my prime. I was a great, I was like Bob Sanders, man. I ran a 4.3, 4.4. I squat 400 pounds. I was a beast. And I'm like Lamar Jackson, who run like Barry Sanders, but he's special, bro. And it translates to fantasy. And it's not just, I love Lamar because he's cute. Like I'm not on Lamar just because I like Lamar. I'm on Lamar because his talent is superior. And last year, a lot of people were saying, "Hey, TD man, I think you should let Lamar. You on Lamar too much because he wasn't playing that well." And then we got in that fourth quadrant, and he went off and won me 4 or 5 championships. I mean, he was averaging like 40 points, 35 to 40 points against the San Francisco 49ers, Cleveland Browns. He went crazy. That's why I don't think you should trade Lamar. But that's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. We can reflect back on this. Appreciate that comment too, man. I like that. That was a good reflect. That's why I want to do this video, this live, the reflecting part of it. I think it's good for us all. Super chat in the building from King of Nike. What's up, bruh? He says, just got off, bruh. What's good, TD? McCaffrey caused that parlay not to hit. I know, man. And I'm not mad at bro. That was you killed it. You killed the parlay. 'Cause, I mean, I like the parlay that you had put out, but this is what I would say, man. So McCaffrey cost me like a first place to win $300 in the league, man. I was pissed. I was pissed. So I think McCaffrey's still gonna be good going forward. But hey, it is how it is, man. It's sports. This is how it happens. But I appreciate you, bruh. Appreciate the super chat. Yeah, I was pissed too, man. I was pissed. I needed that $200 in my account. All right. Oh yes, playing Hawkinson. Okay, I see what you were saying. Dr. Duck. Is that Dr. Duck that be trying to troll me in my channel? Is that Dr. Duck? What Dr. Duck is that? Okay, let me see. Charlene says I started the Lions DST. I did too. I stashed them. They got some good matchups coming up, so I'm not letting them go. I'm gonna probably play them for about maybe another week or two. Dr. Duck says hopefully people stash Taysom Hill. He's going to win leagues. Yes, yes. 14 out of 17 games in a dorm helped Detroit, says Kenny 49ers. Right. Facts. Senor Rojo says Disley came through for me yesterday. Yes. Yep. I know it was a couple of you that mentioned Disley for to me. And guys, don't be scared to remind me. Like this is a reflection. Listen, guys, as long as you respect, I know you might be like, well, I don't know, man. TD might get mad. No, guys, if you say, hey, TD, man, you told me to play this, I played that, that's fine. If you come in here and be like, hey, bro, you can't do this and this and this, you trolling, that's different. But if you just tell me, it's cool. It's all good. So I want to be able to reflect and tell you what I was thinking, and that way we can learn from each other. Another super chat from King of Nike. He says Chicago +6 and the Rams -3. Right. We went with I know I told you I like the Rams -3. Chicago +6 hit. Rams -3. Cash 1K bet. I started dropping my picks to you on Instagram. Right. Right. I appreciate that, bro. Good shit. Let's see. Kenny says Tank hasn't been over 50, but twice he's been a disappointment. He has been a disappointment. He has been a disappointment. Facts. Tedrick says start Greenup Sunday against the Bears. He's going to eat at least 3 sacks. Bears O line is horrible. Start Greenup Sunday against the Bears. Okay. You see that, guys? Start Greenup. Another super chat from Chris. He says just supporting the channel. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Even with Kenny says, even with 2 wide receivers missing, talking about Tank Dell. Yeah, that's how fantasy is, man. 1+1 don't always equal 2 with fantasy. D-Line says that roster I sent you, I had Kraft and Prisoff both put up 0 and still blew out my opponent, who is number 2. Right. That happened to me too in the league. Saquon and Sun God, yes, sir. Charlene says, in my money league, no one grabbed estimate Denver RB. Laugh out loud. Right. I know I told people to play them. I played them. No shame in my game, but I was wrong. I was wrong on that one. I'm still holding on to him. Not to try to be right. Just anytime a backup running back is available and We don't know who the real true starter is. Like Javonte Williams is okay, but I mean he got one carry the other week. So I'm gonna hold on to guys in that backfield to see what's gonna happen. Right, Jay Moore. Facts. Jay Moore says Ricky Pearsall disappointed big time, but guess what? I won't drop him to waivers. Facts. Hustle Kings is Denver running back a drop? No, I don't think he's a drop. But if you got to move on, it's another player out there for you to pick up, and he's the weakest player on your team. Yes, it's fine. Rio James has stashed AR before the game. He could win leagues. Thanks for the tip, TD. Anytime, Rio. Anytime. MVM says someone dropped JSN. Should I drop Dobbs to pick him up? Yes. You got to get JSN. I would try to drop somebody else, but whatever it takes to get him, man, that's what I'm gonna tell you. I don't know your team, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell you Dobbs is the one or he ain't the one. But you need to get JSN on your team. Is the main thing. Conscious, what's up, bruh? He says Watson, baby, but I need Nico to outscore Ferguson in Houston D by 15. I know it's not likely, but it is going to happen. Nico matching Amara tonight. I ain't mad at you. I love your energy, bruh. I love your energy. TZ says thoughts on Christian Watson being a league winner doing playoff schedule looks good. I've said that for what 7 to 8 weeks, almost a whole season. I know what the guy can do. Those are special type players. So I just want him on my team. Yes, sir. Conscious says hit that like button. 74 chatters, hit that thumbs up. Cheddar said I gave one. Rio says no one was on Disley. Not really. Not like this. Conscious says Killer let me down. Nico better be hungry. Hustle King says any tips on how to win on the bye weeks? So every so often, go click forward on your teams. Every so often, you ain't got to do it every week, but every so often, know what you're going up against. And as you see some bye weeks, just so if you got bye weeks where you're gonna have all your running backs out, then you might have to pick up one running back. Don't pick up multiple guys for weeks down the road. The guys ain't hit. But you might have to make a move a couple weeks ahead of time. And listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. A lot of people don't want to hear this. It really don't matter. I'm not gonna draft my team according to bye weeks. If Lamar Jackson and Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson all got the same bye week, I guess I'm gonna lose that week because I'm going to draft those guys. So basically, bruh, just keep working the waiver wire, and I'm gonna help you. You can, and also fantasy, and just you're gonna have to make cutting edge pickups, and hopefully they do great on bye weeks. But don't be sitting around stashing and dropping guys just to get and win a bye week. Now, listen, if you are out of the playoffs, you got to be working the waiver wires anyway. You every week is a week to you. If you 8-2, who gives a damn? Like I'm not going to destroy my team. I just don't think a couple bye weeks doesn't really matter. Most of the time, if you got elite players, they're gonna get you by. Look what old boy said earlier, man. He said he had Pierce, I'll give him a 0, and another person gave him a 0, but he still won. Why? Because he got Amara and Tyreek. Or not Tyreek, but Amara and Saquon. That's why I believe getting certain players is better than any type of strategy for a bye week. That's what I would say. So I wouldn't. I don't. Bye weeks are they're not important. Once you get to one, you be like, oh man, damn, I got 4 players out. Listen, if you can't cover all those spots and you got a couple guys that you don't want to bench, don't bench them and just take that 0 in that spot and move on to the next week. That's the strategy that I got for bye weeks. Appreciate that, Hustle Kings. That's a great question for today for reflection. Adam says, have you tried applying for a job on Fantasy Pros? You can apply on their website. They could use cutting edge content. Bruh, I would maybe 2 years ago I would have. Right now, bruh, I don't want. I don't want to be. I don't want to work for them. Um, they've hit up other people to ask them to come on their channel. They haven't hit me up, and I'm gonna take it personal, and I'm coming for their throats. Now, listen, I respect fantasy pros, but I don't want to be part of their squad. I got my followers. I got my YouTube channel, and I don't care if I'm at 3,000, 4,000, or 5,000. It's mine. So it's like somebody got a Lamborghini and I got a Honda. It's my Honda. I paid for it, so I'm good, bro. But what I do want to do is I want to put my stats and my picks against their picks. So I want to see their professionals, and I want to put my top 24 guys, and I want to see their top 24 guys, and let it play out and see who's better. That's what I do want to do. But other than that, I don't want to work for them. Kenny said it's all good. I provided the numbers. They just called me casuals and said that I didn't know ball. Facts. Kenny said you always open minded. You be on point. Thank you, Teldrick. Mr. Prop says go Steelers. They won. Peter Ruff says Saquon Barkley for MVP. Hey, you could be right, man. It's gonna be hard for him to win MVP because they want to give Jalen Hurts goal line carries when he don't deserve them. If Saquon gets you down there, you need to give him the ball. Kenny said, I know, TD. I want you guys on the show. It's my co-host channel, though. Okay, I don't want to be too pushy, right? But it's definitely in the future. Okay, understandable, bro. YT says, what made you become a Cowboys fan? Are you also a Laker fan? Great question, YT. Great question. And I'm not gonna make this be long. But the main reason, bro, I became a Dallas Cowboy fan one day. I went to stay at my dad's for the weekend. That's what I did. I would go stay with my dad for the weekend, and then he would bring me home. And I wasn't really into sports because my mom and dad were separated, and so my mom wasn't in those sports. So all I did is like I love music, R&B music, because my mom loved R&B music. We woke up in the morning, she putting on a song, she putting on Al Green. So that's what I was into. And I went to one day the Cowboys was playing in the NFC Championship game against the 49ers. And my aunt liked the 49ers, and I knew who Jerry Rice was, but I didn't know a lot about the Cowboys. So I was like, yeah, I'm with my aunt. The 49ers are going to win. My dad said, no, I'm going with the Cowboys. So we was talking junk, and the Cowboys whooped the 49ers. And I was hot. I'm like, you know what? My daddy liked the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys. And so ever since then, bro, when I come out, I'm like, yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan. My daddy liked the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys, and I've been hooked ever since, man. So that's a little short story on how I became a Cowboys fan. My going against my dad, and I got whooped, so I had to get on the winning side. And or you said also you a Laker fan? No, I'm not a Laker fan. I just like certain players, and I don't got no team. So but I would say maybe the Hornets because I'm from Carolina, the new Carolina Hornets, but I don't really got any teams outside of football. Cowboys is on and Duke. Cowboys and Duke. I like Cowboys and I like Duke in college. I also love Colorado right now because of what Dion is doing. Um, but I love Duke. Uh, Super chat in the building from friends. He said, "I appreciate the advice to start A Rich. Thanks. Anytime, bro. I ain't gonna sit here and like act like I was just so smart. It made sense. It made sense. I mean, why would you drop AR? He's a rookie. You gonna bench him that quick? Like for his real life. So I'm like, I'm picking that up. I think he's coming back. A lot of stuff don't always hit, but it's not about the hit in that situation. The hit rate for me is in the beginning of the season. The hit was where I'm taking an opportunity. It was just an opportunity and it worked out. That's why I'm like, am I right? I don't know. I just took an opportunity. I'm always taking an opportunity. Same thing with Audric Estimé. I took an opportunity. Oh, shit, he's out there on waivers. They gave him 15 carries. I'm gonna play it. It don't work out. I'm gonna move on. Um Kenny says, I like that I drafted him, but finally dropped him because I have neighbors DK, Zay, and Devontae. I had to do it, but I had very high hopes, and he could still get you double digit points. Facts. I love the way you broke that down. Sometimes everybody ain't for everybody. You had to move on. Nothing wrong with that. Chris says, how you feel about Juju? I know Worthy went off, but I do think it will pick up for him. Bills was a toss-up. I still can't be on Juju, man. It's just too many mouths to feed on that team. Just 1 week, I can't say he's gonna be great because he had one great week. So I'd rather have Worthy on my team than Juju. Rico says, I think Smith is a top 5 tight end. Which Smith you talking about? Let me know which Smith you talking about. Anytime, YZ. It wasn't, it's a lot, a little bit more dynamic to that, but that was enough. Appreciate it. Kenny says, is Ferguson worth much any more than any more touchdowns? Is tight end Ferguson worth much anymore? TD. Okay. Nah. Nah. I mean, you might have to pick him up and play him on a bye week, but that's it. Jay Moore says, what's good, bro? Been waiting all day for you. Laugh out loud. How long you been live for? An hour. An hour. Kenny says Detroit made a great decision going with almost exclusively having all ex-player coaches. Yep, that's the new thing. Hey, I'm fantasy. I'm an ex-player, not an ex-NFL player, but an ex-player, and I see the game different. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of you don't want to digest it the way I see it. You want me to give you a number. You think Dan Campbell know numbers? You think Dan Campbell's putting Amon-Ra St. Brown in the game because he's catching he's the best route run on the left side of the field? No, it's just he watching this guy play. He's tough and he's doing the things that you watch with football that coaches make decisions, and that's how I break the game down. I don't see the game as analytics. The analytics is already programmed within my automation. Come on now. It's automatic inside me. I don't need the 1.5 per target. I don't need that. So I think that's the difference in the game too. You got all these analytical guys on the coaching staff. You don't even know who good. You worried about the stats, but you don't know Amon-Ra St. Brown can play. Burrito says, how are you, Jason Love? I don't know who Jason Love is. Father 3 says, D-Hop going forward. I believe Andy Reid offense is run first and spread the ball around now. Yes. Yes. This team is trying to win any way they can. This team is trying to win any way they can. Appreciate that, YT. We got a new member of the channel, on the rookie crew. Jimmy says, you think Trevor Lawrence will be out the rest of the year? I don't know, bro. I think only thing you can do is play Brian Thomas Jr. That's the only player you can play out of this team. Kenny says, I wish I had Lamar Allen. I know that's right. I know that's right. Damn it. It went all the way up. Hate this damn thing. You do that shit. Burrito says, how are you? Okay, we did that one already. Man, I just kept my playoff hopes alive thanks to Taysom Hill. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Steelers, OG says Steelers stop that ass. Pause. Yes, they stopped Lamar. Even though Lamar was on his way to a good game, if he'd had one more touchdown, he would have been a top 5 quarterback again against a tough defense. J Boy says, man, okay, we did that one. Elisa, what's up, Elisa? She said, let's go, Knicks. Yes, he's on his way to be a top 5 quarterback. Jimmy says that the Jets looks pitiful. I don't feel confident starting Wilson or Adams. No, I got Wilson. I got to start him. I don't have any better wide receivers. But what are you going to pivot to? What are you going to pivot to not to start Wilson or Adams? That's the thing. You don't want to miss when they go off and you could have won. So you just got to be kind of careful and play that fine game of, should I play him this week because I don't want to miss the boom game? Well, no, I'm not playing him this week because I got this better player. Like it's a dance that we have to play, man. Yep. Appreciate that, Kenny. Way to show love to the new members. Appreciate that, Kenny. Elisa says, I have Lamar and Henry. She squeezed that backfield. Yes, sir. Paula says, I was hanging by a thread in sixth place and needed wide receiver and RB help. Got you. Okay. Got you. Cash 1K bet. Mm. That's killer. Good job, Kingdom Nike. Jay Moore says, very important starting 6 week. Have some great options, bro. Neighbors and Tracy back in my lineup. Feeling good about that. Me too. Me too. Any thoughts on upcoming prospects, especially Ashton Genty? So let me tell you something, Jay Moore. Last year, and I can find you the video. Maybe type in Shadur Sanders on my timeline, and you can see the old video. I said that Shadur Sanders was the best quarterback and was going to be the first round pick. He should be drafted #1 overall. When everybody said, "No, man, he all right. He had a couple good games." So I love Travis Hunter. I love Shadur Sanders, and right now that's the only guys that I've scouted because I watch them all the time. But right now I'm not going to talk about anybody because I haven't scouted them enough to know if they're good. I'm not just going to say you good just because you breaking long plays. College, they can set you up to win. Where you breaking long plays every play, but when you get the pros, you can't play. So I need to scout some guys. But right now I would say Shadur Sanders and Travis Hunter. Those guys are elite. I think Shadur Sanders right now, him and Archie Manning are the best quarterbacks that I ever saw come out of college. And I'm including Joe Burrow. I'm including Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow was the greatest leader. I'll say that. I love Tim Tebow. He was a great player. He won different. But as far as pure quarterback pocket passing, ready to go to the NFL, Archie Manning and Shadur Sanders are on another level. They the next like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan for the sport for NFL. Pat Mahomes is on the way. Pat Mahomes is doing it, but they're gonna take it even to another level, and they're gonna come out early, ready to play. The whole game has changed. These guys are ready to play now. Mm. Kenny says 2025 class not super impressive. All right, y'all hear that, guys? So maybe you want to start trading some of the 2025 picks. I'm getting Shadur. Other than that, I don't know who else is really like that. Anytime, Charlene. Kenny says being mad is a choice. Thoughts on the Giants quarterback switch? They had to do it, and I respect it. They had to do it. Jay Moore says Ricky Pearsall disappointed me big time, but guess what? I won't drop him off waivers. Kraft getting 0 hurts. Right. We can't play him anymore. Jordan Love, man, he spreads that ball around. That's why I still think he's a #1, like a top 5 quarterback. But I don't know who you can trust as his wide receivers. I'm not even gonna say Christian Watson because you haven't been able to trust him. But if I see another game like that from Christian Watson, because I already been said they need to be giving this guy targets. He's the one gonna take this team to the next level with his athletic ability. Jay Moore says, also, I appreciate you putting me on Christian Watson. I actually started Bateman over him in one league, but still won thanks to Taysom Hill. Yes, sir. KL says, can I get Nico Collins excited? Can I get a Nico Collins excited he is back? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got Nico in a couple leagues going tonight. I'm already winning in them. Guys, I smashed. I wish I could show y'all my leagues, man. I'm proud of myself. I believe in myself, but I'm like, damn, I feel bold. I feel bold. I feel that's why I'm like, maybe I'm not gonna call myself like argumentative, but when guys come here and try to say that I don't know what I'm doing, or I feel like, what the hell are you talking about, man? I'm killing it. If you got the players that I talked about, guys, you should be winning. I'm winning. I'm killing it in my leagues. Now, I'm in every single league. Am I undefeated? No, I'm out of the playoffs right now, so I can make it. Out of let's say out of 100%, maybe 15% of my leagues, I'm not in. I'm out of the playoffs. The other 75, 80% of my leagues, I'm killing it. I'm killing it. So even with Tyreek in there, I still got Amara, I still got Saquon, I still got Lamar. I'm still holding on to Likely. I'm still playing Watson. I still got Alvin Kamara. I got a lot of guys. So I want y'all guys to do well too. I don't. That's why I don't really show you my teams, but my teams are killing it. I only out of I only I think I'm losing in 3 leagues out of like 16 or 17 leagues. 3 leagues. Chris says, I think you have to look at these Denver wide receivers moving forward. Right. I talked about them. I've been stashed Troy Franklin. I got Marvin Mims everywhere. Cortland Sutton, I got him on one league. So yeah, I'm a stash king, and I love stashing players. That's funny, Gaming. You don't know where I come from. You talking about that? You might be preaching to the choir, and I'm not trying to say that to boast anything. You don't know where I come from, but that's funny though. Talking about I give you $100 to smoke a rock on the stream. Ed Tate says, "What we think about ETN going forward? A drop. And I'm not saying you have to. I'm done with him. You won't hear me mention him in no videos or none of that. Now, if he come out and have a good game, I might mention it for content. But I'm done with ETN. I'm done with these guys. This is the third and fourth quadrant. This is the third quadrant. I'm done with all that crazy stuff. I'm not trying to make no guy be good that ain't good. I'm not saying ETN suck, but this team, Brian Thomas Jr. is the only guy that I'm playing. Did you catch the Bengals and Chargers, bro? I went to sleep, but I listened to it. I go to sleep with my headphones on. My girl think I'm crazy. I go to sleep like somebody reading to me, listening to sports and podcasts. But I heard about I seen Justin the way he was throwing the QJ and Lad. Chase Brown getting off. That's another guy that I was on. Me and Rami used to we both liked him this year. Rami used to call him Walmart Austin Eckler. So yeah, I watched a little bit of the game. And then I went to bed and just listened to it. Jawan says Trey Daniels. I'm gonna go back and watch some of it. It's a couple big plays that I want to watch that I saw on YouTube that I want to go actually watch it and see some drops that I didn't like. But yeah. Jawan says Trey Daniels and Kenneth Walker for Herbert and Monty. I'm okay with that. I would try to go get somebody better than Montgomery. Not saying Montgomery weak, but he's in a committee. But that committee is strong. So I'm good. I get that a B plus. I get that trade a B plus. Brian Stowe says Chargers. Charlene says pick up every player on the Bucks. They have an easier schedule rest of the season. I'm telling you, look, she's been talking about this the whole time. She hit like this all the time. She tell us stuff that like Darnell Mooney. She was on Darnell Mooney in the off season. So Charlene know her stuff. I just don't got no room on my teams. I already got made my stash decisions. There's a couple guys that I might be able to pick up. Like I got Cade Oden on a couple leagues. I was on this league. Go pick him up now. His schedule is green bean. We call that green bean or century bean. That's that for my Dragon Ball Z guys. Kenny says my lineups are all set till week 17. That's what I'm talking about, Kenny. I like that. Let's get the likes up, fellas. We got only 38 likes. We got 58 people in here listening. Let's get the likes up. King of Nike says, I lost this week with starting A.J. Brown and Zay. I had JSN and Downs on the bench, but my opponent put up 165. AR, Tyreek, and Chase Brown perform. I'm 7-4 with 3 games left. I'm locked in. Right. I like the way you're looking at it, bro. It's no way you're going to be able to start JSN or Downs over one of those guys. Now, you can start JSN over Zay going forward, but you weren't going to do that last week. That's crazy. Like, I'm not saying it's crazy, but you know what evidence you have to do that? Um, and sometimes people just score a lot of points. It's okay. I like that you went on and played AR5, bro. I like that. That's cutting edge content. A lot of people couldn't have done that. Hustle King says, I'm 7-4, won last year, trying to be competitive as possible. Yes, sir. Kenny says, Fantasy Pros use supercomputers. I like my information from humans. There you go. Right. Right. I like a little bit of everything. I want to see what the supercomputers are saying. I want to see what humans are saying. One person that I always respected, bro, was Ozzie Newsome. Ozzie Newsome is the best general manager of all time. It's like two or three of them that's really, really great. Um, Ozzie Newsome is the greatest of those three, and he didn't use no analytics, bro. He just looked at Ray Lewis and like, hey, this guy can play. He looked at Terrell Suggs. This guy, he was the Baltimore Ravens general manager for in the Browns for over 20 years, and he got more Hall of Famers than almost anybody in the history of the game. And he didn't go off no analytics. He just picking the players. He had somebody else to do the numbers to make the contracts and stuff work. He was just the guy. Now he knew what the contract was. He knew what the money was, but his eye, that right there. But a lot of you don't care nothing about the eye. Let's see. YT says, great story, bro. Anytime. Hustle says, what part of Carolina, bro? I'm from. You from Rocky Mount, Hustle Kings? Bro, I know where Rocky Mount at. I'm from Alamance County. I'm from a small town called Saxapaw Hall. Saxapaw Hall. A small town, man. It's not even 2,000 people. Now it's over 2,000 people. But when I grew up there, bro, you could a car could it's like a mile up the road, maybe a little bit more. As soon as somebody turned on that road, you knew who it was. Didn't nobody go down that road unless they was going to the landfill or whatever, man. So I'm from the country, bro. Yes, sir. Glad to see it. Glad to see that I got somebody on here that's from North Carolina too. Also, bro, I don't know. I played football. I graduated in '06. I was pretty good. I don't know if you ever heard it. I went to school called Southern Alamance. I was Tony Baker from Ragsdale. He was the number one running back. I was top five. It was Tony Baker, Andre Brown. It was a couple guys, and then a guy from Josh Adams that went to Duke, and I was the next up running back as a sophomore in the state. King of Nike says, I'm still the number two seed. We can't trade anymore, but one of my guys in my league is in last place, and he's asking me who I want. Mike Evans, DK, James Cook. Are these three stars or DK, James Cook are his three stars? Who would you grab? DK for that boom. The other guys are good too, but I'm just talking about if I had to nitpick, like the one guy I'm going for DK. I'm going to get DK. Put that in my flex. DK might be the best flex ever because he boom or bust, but it's strong. He getting 10 targets as a flex and he boom or bust. Have you ever seen a guy to get 10 targets but he boom or bust? That's DK. Charlene, you know she love her Texans. I love Texas Longhorn because of Earl Campbell. Earl Campbell was like that too, man. You talk. I mean, this dude is in a wheelchair now. He ran so hard. Um, Jay Moore says, should I trade JT? If so, who should I try to buy? I have JT, B. John, and Tracy at RBs. Who should I try to buy? I have JT, B. John, and Tracy at RBs. I would try to trade JT for Brian Robinson in another piece. I would try to go get Brian Robinson. Also Bucky Irvin. Those are a couple guys. But you man, I'm gonna do a video for. I can't do a trade video. It's not gonna really hit right now. Yeah, those are a couple guys, man. Bucky and Brian Robinson. Kenny says NVA's in the conversation now. Yes, he is. We got to give him that respect. But don't be surprised if you play him and he let you down. Don't not be surprised at that. That's just how it is. Jay Boy says just happened to pick my phone up and saw you live. Love the content, bro. Keep doing your thing. Thank you, bro. That motivates me, man. Guys like that motivates me. I don't need a pat on the back, but I need to, just y'all like the content that I provide. Any thoughts on the upcoming prospects, especially with Ashton Genty now? Like I said, Shadur Sanders or um, Shadur Sanders or what's the other guy? I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, that's the only. I'm only watching Colorado right now. Travis Hunter. 2025 class not super impressive. I might start trading my 2025 picks. Jay Moore says, I just fell in love with the Chargers all around. Love the big boom opportunities for QJ. Okay. Thoughts on the Texans DST tonight? Smash. 30 point, 40 point. Jay Moore says, when the waiver wire video dropping tomorrow? Yes, I was going to drop it today. I ain't dropping it. I want to reflect. I think this is a better video. What do y'all think? Let me know. What do y'all think? Do y'all want the reflection video, or you just want me to get straight to the point and just talk about the waiver wire? You want me to do early waiver wire additions? What do y'all want on Monday? Let me know right now. Put it in the comments. Are you stashing Adam Thielen? No, sir. D-Life says, that ain't cool. We have so many people lose their lives over a rock. Stop. Stupid. Right. That's right, D-Life. Right. You said rock too. I know y'all from the hood. You said rock. Appreciate you being here, D-Life. Charlene said, let's go. Pacheco, he's on my R slot. Yeah, I don't know how much work he's going to get, but if he's back, you got to play him if he's healthy. Jay Moore, so I'm all in on QJ. Was loving the target share last night. Right. Bucks, great schedule going forward. They do, especially their defense. Even though their defense is not great, but they got some weak matchups, so you might constrain them. Chris says, if I have Rashad White and Irvin, laugh out loud, I wasn't sure if that was too much. No. Let me see, Chris, what you talking about. Let me go up a little bit. All right, cool. Chris, I ain't going to go up. Put it back in the chat, whatever you was talking about. Durf boy, he said, I was winning against my opponent by about 20, 30 points, and they came back because they had Taysom Hill. I'm down 5 with the Dallas kicker left, and they have Rico. You can do it if they shut Rico down, but it's going to come down. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Monday reflects are good. Tuesdays can be the official waiver wire video. Thank you. Y'all let me know. Anybody else, what you think I should be doing? Y'all like the reflection video? Or should I call it something different? I'm open-minded, guys. Kenny says, I love Bucky. Yeah, Bucky is probably the best running back on that team. I heard really dropped a 58-yard touchdown pass. Still confident in him rest of the season. Yes, he didn't drop it, man. They called it back. It was a legal procedure. He didn't drop it. Kenny says, I may start Bucky over Kyron soon. They passing too much in L.A. You see it? It's coming, ain't it? That's why I told people to draft Matthew Stafford, Cooper, and Puka, because he was going to be hyper to target it. I agree, but this is what I would tell you, Kenny. Keep playing Kyron, though. Because he might not have enough but like 50, 60 yards, but he can still have 2 TDs. And these guys can still have 80, 90 yards and still be fantasy valuable. Everybody can still get theirs in the way the NFL is ran these days. Everybody can still get theirs. But I love that. I love it because I think about that sometimes. But I would say still play him because he's playing on a great offense. You don't want to sit running backs just because they're not getting the targets when the offense is always in the green zone. Brandon says, what up, TD? Thanks for the advice to play Stafford this week. I'm glad you listened to me, bro. I told a lot of people to play Stafford. They didn't listen. I know they didn't, and I understand it. 4 TDs, 33 points, 1 meter a week. Let's go. Yes, sir, Brandon. It was called back, I thought. Right, Kenny. Empress, she says, don't get in your feelings, but Tara Roberts uses fantasy analytics. They all do. How do you think cheat sheets are done? Right. Yeah, Tara Roberts is good. I don't have nothing bad to say about Tara. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about and say Tara is doing anything bad. I'm not saying anything bad about. So this is what I'm gonna say, Empress. Before I even finish my thought, I gotta go back. What did I say was wrong with that? See, this is what I'm saying, Empress. I'm not getting in my feelings, but I have to. If you may, please let me address it, and I'm gonna do it as kind as I can because I appreciate you being here, Empress. And I tell everybody that. That's why a lot of these guys know that. But when you come troll, people want me to take it. They want black men to take stuff sometimes. I'm not gonna take that, Empress. I'm not getting on to you because you come in here very respectful. It ain't that you said don't get in your feelings. It's just I see you come in here. You don't be posting politics. Not saying it's wrong to post politics. Just don't come in here and try to troll my channel to make people leave. Um, but it's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, Empress, I'm not into cheat sheets or into um analytics. This is what I'm gonna say. I would never ask Tara, tell me what is a stem, how you stem a route. That's disingenuous to her. She never played football, but she knows football, right? So I see the game because I played football, and I'm not gonna put play over analytical. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying I played, so I don't need analytics. It says it's in here. That's like somebody that been into music for years. They don't need to read it. They just need to hear it, and they can play it. They can play human nature. They can do whatever they do because they've been doing it for a long time. I've been playing football and I've been around football for so long. It's second nature. I don't need nobody to tell me nothing about no targets. I'm watching the game. So I'm not putting this down. What y'all want me to say? Like I didn't say it was bad. Y'all want me to say I use analytics, and then you say, "Oh, okay, thank you, TD. You finally said it. You use analytics." What do you want me to say? That's not me, and I'm not getting in my feelings. I'm voicing my opinion. That's all. I appreciate your question, Empress. See, that's and what makes it bad, Empress, is not you didn't say anything bad, but you said don't get in your feelings. When how that's basically like if I wouldn't have said anything, you'd be like, oh, these people in here talking junk. They said that he don't know what he's doing, and I didn't say anything. You would eat that up, but when I voice my opinion and I come back, it's like you say I'm getting my feelings. Come on, but appreciate the Empress. I appreciate you being here. I really do. Charlene says I have Rashad Wright, Bucky, and Auden. Yeah, you killing that Tampa Bay team. You stashing all those guys. You squeezing it. Somebody gonna hit. I'm starting Bucky and Auden. Rashad White is good too. Uh, Kenny says straight up, he been killing me. Let me see here. Kyron A. Let me see. Some tough matches. Okay. Stafford. YT says Stafford or Knicks rest of the season. Man, I'm gonna go with Knicks. The reason why I'm going with Knicks because his rushing upside. So triple dart. Let me tell you something. I haven't blocked you, but anybody that sit back and watch the live and don't say anything, I know what type of character you got. Bruh, if I don't like something, I'm gonna tell the person and he gonna have to block me. I'm not gonna sit back and watch nobody channel and then when they get at the end, I'm gonna tell them, hey bro, you got in your feelings on me. And I hit the like button all the time. Well, that's not what I'm talking about. If you are a man of your word, just say what you know to say and say it respectfully. Because we're not sitting here trying to fight, right? So just say what you got to say respectful. Don't try to troll my channel. All you got to do is say, "Hey man, I don't think I'm gonna play AR this week. I'm gonna play this guy, but I respect what you're doing, man. Keep grinding." That's I got a platform to run here. You want me to let you sit around and say, "Hey, you don't know fantasy"? It's just my opinion. Don't get mad, bruh. I'm not. You're not coming inside of my channel and disrespecting me. I'm not gonna allow you to do it. And I still ain't blocked you. Why? Because I'm a good person right now. I ought to block you because you coming in and trolling. So that's the last thing that I'm gonna say about that. Um, I don't care. Like I appreciate that you hit the like button, but to say that you hit the like I supposed to make a move on that, bro, you trolling the channel. It ain't got nothing to do with agree. I ain't never told you what you need to do, how you want to do, why you want to come in my platform and try to, you know, say disrespectful things inside the chat. Let me see. Kenny says, I'm never bored here. I know you're not, bro. I know you're not. Charlene says Kyron will hit in the colder weather, same as JSN. Jay Moore says, I'm thinking about benching Kyron against the Philly. Other options are Tracy, Bucky, Stevenson, and Breach on bye. Thoughts? Nah, I'm not benching Kyron. I can't bench him, bro. If you want to, Jay Moore, that's fine. I can't bench Kyron. Dom Mayweather, what's up, bro? He says Monday reflection, Tuesday waiver wire. Okay, you like that? Okay, got you. Jay Moore says money reflects are good. Tuesday can be the official waiver wire video. Thank you, thank you. Flea says you playing DFS tonight? Yes, I am. And I need to go ahead and put my lineup in now, so I got to get off here before it gets too late. I'm saying I have both the backfield of the Bucks. They schedule are good, and they both seem to drop double digits. Put one at running back and the other at the flex. I agree. Squeeze, play both of them. Thank you for putting that back in there, Chris. Top five low darks. Or I have to get a quarterback off the waiver with Josh Allen on bye on next week. Who should I get? Geno, Tua, Stafford, or Drake May? I would say Stafford. I would say Stafford. I haven't looked at the schedule all the way yet. Woo, we ain't got that. Ain't that many games this week either. Yeah, I would. The Rams are playing the Eagles. They are playing the Eagles. I still think that's the right move. Let me see who Miami playing. Miami playing. Okay, it's gonna be between Tua and Stafford. It's gonna be between Tua and Stafford, bro. Let me work it through the week. I'll pick them, but I'm not gonna pick right now. You starting Tank, leaving that booty on the bench, or I'm starting Tank if I can. Fleece. Yeah, it would be painful. I can't do it, man. But I'm not gonna tell you not to do it because I know you know fantasy. What about your start and sit videos? They come in on Thursday. Start and sits come in on Thursday. No, Wednesday. Wednesday. They come in on Wednesday. Uh, Brandon says, "Don't forget to sub and like great content." Also, guys, I just gonna be. I want y'all to be honest. Like I said, keep it real. But um, do y'all think that I should let people come in the chat and just ignore them and let them troll the channel? Not, and he's not talking about, hey man, you told me to play this guy and I played it and it didn't work. He's not saying that. He's actually talking about that I don't know analytics. That's what he said. So do y'all? I just want to get because y'all are the consumers. So what are the consumers, the respectful consumers are saying? That's what I want to do. But I also think it gives my personality too. Okay, Bo says we trust your eyes over here, not just do what PFF analysts say. Right. YT said trolling comes with this, bruh. To me, your content is good and you have great energy. Okay. If the people don't see it, then it's not for them. Okay. You would never be 100% on everything. No one will. Keep doing you. Okay. Thank you, Y. Thank you. And I know that, but I guess people are saying you ain't got to address it. I don't like the negative energy because I read through the comments and I'm trying to voice them out loud. So um so when I'm voicing it and I'm reading it like I'm anchor man, I read, I'm gonna read everything until I see it. I'm reading it and I'm like, oh, he trolling because I'm gonna read it out. Yeah, trolling comes with it. We on your channel for you, TD. Okay. Can't please everyone. Facts. Facts. Um Top 5, Low Dark says I have to get a quarterback off the waivers. Josh Allen. Okay, yeah, we talked about that. Let me see. Kenny says I want the scout's gut to tell me what it thinks, not the scout. Right. Scout will think about it too much. Right. Bro, you got in your fit. Oh, okay, we read that one. See, there I go again. Great call on David Njoku over Hawkinson. Thank you, bro. Football is fits. Can't you see it all? Maybe. Maybe. I also like the bonus guys you give us too. Okay. Is Houston a good pick? Total points 40? Yeah, Houston is a good pick. I don't know about the total points, but Houston is a good pick. You need thicker skin. Some people are blunt. No, well, you got to understand, Barkler. I came up. I'm a sports player, bro. So let me ask you, Barkler, what you think is going to happen when you go out there and tell Jamar Chase he sucked? He got to get thicker skin, or he gonna say what you say? Oh, watch this then, bro. You got to. I'm an athlete, bro. I'm an athlete. I'm not a pastor. I don't know no better, bro. Now I'm not. I don't. I'm not. I'm a good person. I'm not. I don't think I'm better than nobody because I play sports. But bro, I'm a win. And you respect Kobe. You respect Jordan. You don't say they bad people. You say, oh, Michael Jordan, man, he'll kick you off the plane if you do something to him. Everybody loved that. He want to win. But me, I pose to take it, and I got to get thicker skin because I didn't make it to the pros. Come on now. That's my point. That's my 2 cents about it. Like I'm a winner. I'm a winner. Okay, Charlene says this is gonna be good. Charlene, keep it real now. She's not gonna bite her tongue. She's not gonna bite her tongue. She reminds me of my mom. She says, if I disagree with TD, I always write a comment why and how I think this players will hit. It will keep us stronger. Right. You don't disrespect me. Only time Charlene come at me is when she don't like the way I handle the situation. She like to come here and look and talk fantasy football. She don't want to hear none of the extra stuff. And I respect that about her. That's and I speak my piece, she speak her piece, and we move on and keep it real. She's more manly, and I don't mean this in all due respect. She a real true person more than some of these men in here, these little boys. She gonna say what she got to say, and she gonna keep it moving. She ain't trying to troll. Uh, Chris says I'm a software developer, so I can be over analytical. So I think your style adds the balance and perspective. I agree with that. I ain't a software developer, bro, but I'm a what would you call it? What would be my role? I'm a technician. I do IT too, but I do everything, man. I do hardware, software, PDUs, scripts, host. I do it all, bro. Do a little. I don't do a lot of developing, but I talk to developers all the time. Appreciate you being here. Dustin Boo says, play your studs. If you get cute, that's on you. Jay Moore said, what's your favorite team? My favorite team is the Dallas Cowboys. Burrows and Chase chasing records. Facts. Thoughts on my Chiefs in the Bills game? Chiefs finally got it handed to them. I thought they would go undefeated. I kind of did. I thought it was set up for them to go undefeated. Kivo says, I'm late and live, but is Taysom Hill a weekly start? Yes, Taysom Hill scored the most points on my lineup this week, but I also have Tucker Craft. You got to start Taysom Hill every week from now on if you want to catch the boom. Um, Shawnee says, I don't have time for the foolishness. Kenny's Shawnee don't have time for the foolishness. Right, she don't. She don't. Rico says, need to show your highlights on here, bro. Bro, they don't go back and watch it though, Rico. I'm gonna start doing it. I got some highlights, man, but they stopped watching it, so I quit doing the highlights. Wasn't nobody watching it. Elisa says, I want to be friends with Charlene. She like me. She's like me. Lives fantasy. She does. Guys, I'm gonna have a meet and greet soon. I don't know where I'm gonna do it at. I don't know if I'm gonna do it in North Carolina or another state, but one day I'm gonna have a meet and greet, and I want all you guys to come, and I'm gonna give free tickets to my members. If you're not a member, you won't get a free ticket. But if my members, I'm gonna give a free ticket, and it's gonna be a meet and greet. And if it is anything, you might be a small fee. Maybe I rent out a hotel or something, and we come, have some food, chop it up, talk fantasy. I'm gonna do a meet and greet. I'm not saying it's gonna be next year, but it's gonna be soon. It's gonna be soon. I just want to grow my channel first. Yes, I would take Chuba over JT. I'd rather have Chuba on my team than I have JT. Jay Moore. Yes. Right, Dustin. Right, right. Yeah. So long story. I'm gonna say this, guys, and I'm gonna get out of here. Long story, triple darkness. You said what you said. If you wanted to be a man, all you have to do is hit me up. I'm gonna show y'all a comment. The very first guys, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna say this story real quick, and then I'm gonna get out of here. This is great. So this is like I was really, really. If y'all want to call me thin skinned because I'm an athlete, I don't take nothing. Y'all can talk to my friends. I'm gonna invite some people on here that know me, and they're gonna tell y'all, like, guys, TD's a great person, but he's not gonna take no hater. He's gonna overcome a hater. Maybe I'm not at the celebrity level to know how to overcome it like a YouTube, but I'm learning. But anyway, so I start off doing YouTube and doing my videos. Guys, I was terrible. You know how I already taught, so I was doing my YouTube videos. I was like, "Hi guys, today's video is gonna be on 5 running backs that you should pick up." This is how I talk. Now it wasn't that good. Now I would give some personality in it, and I started, doing a little bit more. And this dude wrote me a long comment. He said, "Hey man, I just want to come and you do. First of all, I want to say you're doing a great job, but I got a couple of things to critique you about." He says, you need to put more personality into your videos and you need to level up on your equipment. I know you leveling up on your equipment. It's not going to be right away, but eventually you will do that. So I'm not, I know I'm kind of just talking right now, but put your personalities in your video. I think if you stay consistent, man, you're going to make it on here. He told me he didn't bite his tongue. He said everything, but he talked to me like a man. I'm not gonna sit here and let these weak people. I'm gonna address it accordingly, especially if I know you come in here. But if these people in here just posting about politics, I don't address that because I know that's a pure troll. But you talking fantasy, you ask me a couple questions, and then later you come up and try to troll and say I can't do analytics. You lucky you didn't get blocked. That's weak. That's not what men do. I'm a real man. I'm not trolling Deion Sanders. I'm not trolling no rapper. I'm not trolling no man. I'm not trolling no president. Whatever I got to say, I'm gonna say it for real. I'm not no little fanboy. So are you a fanboy, Triple Darkness? Because other than that, why you got time to troll? That's my point. I know everybody don't think that way. So that's my 2 cents. And I wanted to get that out. And that way I can move on with I'm not gonna talk about this again, Triple Darkness. Don't come on here. We can move forward. You want to ask questions, I got you. But I'm not gonna talk about this anymore because I'm getting tired of talking about it. And my subscribers are tired. They want to hear me talk about fantasy. So that's the end of that. But anyway, so Charlene says, I'm too old for this bad stuff. Facts. Kevo says, Richardson keeps taking JT touchdowns, and that's what I want, bruh. I'm biased. I don't got a lot of JT, so I want Richards to keep getting the work. YT says, appreciate the hate. Right. Yep. On God, man. Right. It's like riding a bike. uh, yeah. All right, guys. Well, y'all be safe. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna be doing my early waiver wire. Well, not early, but waiver wire video tomorrow. So make sure y'all check that out. Make sure y'all play your studs tonight. If you got any guys left, see y'all later. Peace.